Miss Mel's English class, where learning is fun. So I trust you guys have been staying safe and sanitizing.
Remember, when you enter this room, learning is fun and cooperation is expected. Our positive attitude and mutual respect are part of everything we do and say.
Today, we're going to continue exploring literary devices. But which topic are we looking at? Alright, so take a second and unscramble these words to get the subtopic for today. So, are you guys finished? Great! What did you get, John? That's right, symbolism. We are going to be looking at symbolism. So, what is symbolism? Let's think about it. And how do we identify symbolism? Alright then, take a minute and look at this video. Make notes as to what you would have learned. Let's go.
There used to be an anti-drug public service announcement that went like this. This is your brain, this is drugs, this is your brain on drugs. That's a kind of symbolism, and you understand it instantly. The egg represents, or is a symbol for, your brain. The pan is a symbol for drugs. The relationship between the two is that the drugs fry your brain. Pretty obvious, right? This is a kind of symbolism, and you already understand it. So a symbol is a thing that represents or stands for something else, usually something you can see or touch that represents something more abstract, the way a logo represents an organization or a heart represents a feeling. That's easy. But those are visual symbols. Symbols can be written in words, too. That's a little more interesting because it isn't as obvious as an egg in a frying pan. Not only that, you have to figure out yourself what the symbol represents. It could represent different things depending on how it's used. For example, in a work of literature, what do flowers represent? Love, hope, youth, death, just about anything? The best answer is just about anything, because what a symbol represents depends on what's around it, what's called context. Let's say you're reading a story in which a woman receives flowers from some guy she likes. The two are very much in love, and she's really happy about getting the flowers. The author describes the flowers in such detail that they seem more important than just flowers. The image is made to stand out in some way, and if you're alert, you'll catch that. Later, the author takes time to describe the flowers again. This time, they're wilted or dead. An alert reader might see that the flowers are a symbol for something else, maybe the love between the two people, and that the flower's later wilted condition is a sign, or symbol, that their love has wilted or died as well. Get it? The flowers equal their love. When the flowers die, it means their love has died. We know the flowers mean this because the context of the flowers is the love story. If the context was different, the meaning would be different. Let's say it was a story about gangsters. The dead flowers in that story could represent the knowledge that the character's life, like the flowers, will be short. It all depends on the context. Furthermore, do you see that in that earlier example that it isn't enough to say that the flowers symbolize the love? That's only half the job. You have to take one more step. You have to look at what the author wants you to feel about the symbol. Because the flowers are shown to be wilted, we're being invited to see that what happened to the symbol, the flowers, has also happened to the thing it represents, their love. So you have to look at the author's attitude towards that symbol. If the author's attitude is deeply respectful, then we are supposed to feel respect as well. If the author's attitude when writing about the wilted flowers is sad, then we're being told that maybe we should feel that way about the two people's wilted feelings for one another as well. Harper Lee's novel To Kill a Mockingbird. The mockingbird is a symbol. If a character we respect tells us that it's wrong to shoot a mockingbird, then if the mockingbird is a symbol for something or someone else, the author is saying it's wrong to harm that person or thing. If you wanted to get a theme out of that symbol, just figure out what that symbol represents in the real world, not in the fictional world. What in our world could be represented or symbolized by the mockingbird. Certain kinds of people, maybe. And once you get the hang of it, you'll see potential symbols in just about everything. In To Kill a Mockingbird, you can't throw a stick and not hit a symbol. The mockingbird, the mad dog, the house fire, Scout's ham costume, Jem's broken arm, Tom's disabled arm, Boo Radley's isolation, the mud and snowman, the geraniums, the roly-poly, and one of my favorites, the light bulb at the jailhouse. The trick is seeing the relationships between things in the book and then finding the same relationships somewhere else, in other parts of the book or in the world we live in. Furthermore, to my thinking, it doesn't matter whether or not the author put that symbol there on purpose. If your imagination sees symbolic meaning and you can support that meaning with evidence from the book, then it's there. Thinking up a symbol is exactly that, thinking. And learning to think, not just know, is the most valuable thing you can learn in school. Just remember, 1, find something that stands out in the book that seems to call attention to itself and look at the context around it. Next, 2, does that thing resemble something else in the book or in the world in general? One could be a symbol for the other. And 3, look at the author's attitude towards it. Whatever we're supposed to feel about the symbol, we're also supposed to feel about the thing the symbol represents. The value in learning about symbols is that it teaches you to see beyond the surface of a thing, of a person, of a real-life situation or event, and see the abstract relationships at work there. If you can find meaning in a book's symbols, then you can find meaning in your own life and your own world. Now, go find some symbols.
Thanks for watching. So, what did you guys learn?
Symbolism is when the author uses an object or reference to add deeper meaning to a story. It's used to provide meaning to the writing beyond what is actually being described. A symbol can enhance a theme, idea, or character.
How do you identify symbolism? Step 1. Summarize text or chapter. Step 2. Identify repeated themes. Step 3. Think, what could this object stand for?
Awesome! Wonderful! That's absolutely correct. I'm going to leave a link for the symbolism handout under this video. Ensure that you download it and write it in your books. So we have been looking at To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Is there symbolism in that book? What do you think, Tina? You're absolutely correct. Symbolism is rife in To Kill a Mockingbird. But what is it and how do we identify it? So I want you guys to take a minute, summarize To Kill a Mockingbird, and leave it in the comments.
Alright then, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Here's how it all went down. Scout Finch lives in Sleepy Maycomb, Alabama. Scout, Jem, and Dale become obsessed with stories of Boo Radley. Miss Maudie's house burns down in winter, and Boo secretly gives Scout a blanket. Atticus, Scout's father, takes on Tom Robinson's court case and tries to defend him from the Ewells. The prejudiced jury convicts Tom, though he is obviously innocent. He's shot while trying to escape from prison. Bob Ewell, still furious at Atticus, attacks Jem and Scout in the woods at night. A mysterious stranger scares them and kills Mr. Ewell. The stranger was Boo Radley, who Scout now sees as a friend and protector. The sheriff turns a blind eye to Boo's act of murder. Scout walks Boo home.
Great! Wonderful summaries, everyone. So now that you've done that, it's time to pair up. Grab a buddy, grab a friend, and let's work on identifying symbolism. In order to identify it, we're going to look at a little movie clip of a part of To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Sit back and pay attention.
I hope that's a dinner that you enjoy.
Yes, sir. I don't know when I've had a roast. We've been having squirrels and rabbits lately. My pa and I go hunting in our spare time. You got a gun of your own? Uh-huh. How long you had a gun? Oh, a year or so. Can I have the syrup, please?
Well, certainly, son. Cal, will you bring in the syrup dish, please?
Yes, sir.
How old were you when you got your first gun, Atticus?
13 or 14. I remember when my daddy gave me that gun. He told me that I should never point at anything in the house, and that he'd rather I'd shoot at tin cans in the backyard. But he said that sooner or later he supposed the temptation to go after birds would be too much, and that I could shoot all of the blue jays I wanted, if I could hit them. But to remember, it was a sin to kill a mockingbird.
Why?
Well, I reckon because mockingbirds don't do anything but make music for us to enjoy. Don't eat people's gardens. Don't nest in the corn cribs. They don't do one thing but just sing their hearts out for us.
All right, my wonderful students, it's time to pair, think, and share. So, the mockingbird. What does it symbolize? Who are the symbolic mockingbirds in the novel? And why are they considered mockingbirds?
Now that you guys have identified symbolism in To Kill a Mockingbird, it's time to share your answers with us. So, leave it right below in the comments. Let's look at some possible answers.
So, you guys may have realized that in real life, the mockingbird is a creature that shouldn't be killed because it's quite harmless. So, in To Kill a Mockingbird, Boo Radley and Tom Robinson are basically blameless individuals, or mockingbirds, who are at the mercy of society. Boo Radley is ostracized and forever outcast from his community, while Tom Robinson is convicted wrongfully of a crime and ultimately murdered. You may have further realized that the mockingbird represents the idea of innocence. To kill a mockingbird is therefore synonymous with destroying innocence. Other characters in the story, such as Jem and Dill, can also be seen as mockingbirds.
Great job, everyone! Definitely some insightful symbolism. Now that you guys have identified symbolism in the novel, it's time to practice creating symbols and symbolism in your daily lives. So, what you're going to do for me is that you are going to create a personal crest or motto representative of yourself and leave it below in the comments. Good job, everyone! I'm so proud of the work you guys did today. Let's play a game to recap. So this game is called Two Truths and a Lie. Take a look at the screen. You're going to have two correct statements or truths about symbolism and one incorrect statement about symbolism. So, can you figure out which one is the lie? Let's go. Awesome job, everyone. We had so much fun learning today. I hope you continue to use symbolism in your everyday lives and you're able to identify it in literature. So, stay safe until next time. Bye!